Hi there. Today I am going to show you how to check your analytics in Squarespace. So if you have a Squarespace website, you have built-in analytics on your website that you can hop on and check at any point. They are a little bit more basic and don't give as much insight as Google Analytics and Google Search Console do. So I always highly recommend having a Google Analytics and a Google Search Console set up and connected to your Squarespace site so you can dive even deeper into the data and analytics around who's visiting your site, where they're coming from, what they're searching for, and you can create content and pages and services and everything that speaks to that so that you can get more visibility on your site and get it out into the public eye more. So that said, I am going to head over. I'm logged into my Squarespace website. You can kind of see a little bit here of the analytics, but to dive deeper into that, you're going to go in the left-hand column and click Analytics. And so you can change the date range here. I'm just going to leave it on last year for right now. And this is your main traffic page. You'll see the traffic, the engagement, and the sales. So for the traffic, you can see some general information here. You can see the top sources by visits. This is desktop, mobile, tablet. I can see here that most of my visitors are coming to on their desktops, and this portion is mobile. You can see the browser they're using, the operating system they're using, and this helps if you are, say you can see here that almost all, by a large margin, of our website visitors are coming from the Chrome browser. So if I'm going to go in and edit anything on my site, I'm going to check it in the Chrome browser and make sure it's working, make sure the CTAs are visible, make sure nothing's misaligned in Chrome first and foremost, and then mobile being a second there. And then, of course, we always check the other ones too, the other main ones, but I'm going to highly focus here. And so the next thing you can do here is go to traffic sources. This dives deeper into those referral sources and who is coming from where. So you can kind of see the graph here. You can see when you toggle down the arrows, you'll see, by far people are coming from Google search engines the most. And you can see some other ones that people are finding us from here. Direct is going to be your people who already have your URL, who are typing it directly into the bar up here. If I go look and feel branding, it's already populated. I'm going to go directly to that site. Now, a lot of times that is current clients, people that know your brand well, people that go on your site a lot. And a lot of times, this is something that you should always keep in mind. Google Analytics, you can hide your IP address, which we do, so that it's not tracking, the business owner or anybody that works at the business going to the site. So you can block as many IPs as you want to make sure that you're not counting that so your numbers don't look inflated. The next one is referral. And so that is when people are coming from another link on another website. So you can see I have some interesting ones like Amazon. I'm not sure about that, but you can check those out and say, where is that coming from? How can I nurture that relationship? I can see that I'm getting some AI search results here, which is nice. Let's see. Sometimes we have some of our previous clients, when we have a link on their sites, they can send people to our site, which is great. And so you can really see who is coming from where and how you can nurture that relationship. If you have one that's sending a lot of traffic to your site, maybe you want to do an email blast where you promote each other, link back to each other. Maybe you want to do a social media post, maybe something to keep that traffic coming in. The next one is social. That's going to be your social media. So you can see what's coming from where. I can see that Pinterest is bringing a lot of traffic, with Facebook next, and then Instagram, LinkedIn. So Twitter and YouTube, I don't really, unless I'm specifically trying to build up one of those social media platforms, I'm not gonna put a lot of time into Twitter because it's not sending people to my site. And this makes sense because we don't actively use a Twitter. So the last one being email, and that would be your email marketing. So we use Squarespace and MailChimp, and I can see who is sending traffic from each one and how those are doing, how much traffic they're sending me. Should it be something I bump up the frequency of my emails, or should I tone it down? Just get those numbers there. So the next piece is search keywords. Now, this is not going to work if you do not have Google Search Console set up. So I'll just show you that real quick. If you hop over here in the same area, it's not set up here. all you need to do is click connect and set an account up, and then it will start populating your information. And if I hop over here, you're going to get a lot more detailed information in Google Search Console to look at who's coming from what. You can see the top queries here for what people are searching to land on your site. So you can create more content like that, put CTAs in blog posts that are doing really well. You can look at your insights. I can see what's my top content, what's trending up, what's trending down, and things like that. So you can really get pretty detailed down here in the Google Search Console. And if you want some general information, it's going to give you that here. So you can see the search keywords and what page that is going to. So I can see that a lot of our blog posts are bringing a lot of traffic to our site, which is good, and it's something that blogs can be really, really useful for. You can also look at the geography. This isn't so relevant for our business particularly because we mostly cater to the US. So I can see that here that yes, it is the US that is mostly visiting my site, which is good. With the United Kingdom next, which would also be good since we do almost all of our work in English. So that's just some general information. Then you can go to your engagement tab. This is going to show you your site content. This is where you're going to see how many views your blog posts are getting, how much time they're spending on the page, what the bounce rate is, meaning if it's 100, that means people are leaving the site after visiting only that page. If it's lower, the lower it is, the more time and more pages they're visiting on your site. And then you can see the exit rate as well. So you can scroll through that. If you're new to blogging and you just have recently put out posts, you're not going to see a huge number there. It takes time to build blogs, and Google and search engines always prioritize sites that consistently post versus sites that take a couple years off and then do a couple more. That is not nearly as well rewarded as consistently doing one a month or one every 8 weeks or whatever a cadence that you can realistically commit to is. And you can see the top pages. Our homepage is our top page, but then you can see we have blog posts that are our second top 2 pages. You can look at the activity log. This isn't super, this is just giving you the IP address. It's not that helpful, in my opinion, but there could be a time and a place that you may want to know that. Form button and conversions. This is going to show you once it loads what people are they completing your form? Are they clicking buttons and things like that? So here you can see who is clicking what button, what forms, what opt-ins you have on your site that they're signing up for, and get information there. The site search keywords and RSS subscribers, I think you can ignore that. You can find everything that you need here in the search keywords once you set up your Google Search Analytics. And lastly, sales. Sales is going to be showing you if you sell an actual product on your site, you can see your sales here. If you are a service-based business and someone fills out your contact form, you call them and then you send them an email, set up a project that way, it is not going to track anything here. So you can see ours here. This is before we had our template business launched, or we were just launching late last year. So very little sold here. And you can kind of get some information there if you are a product-based business selling on Squarespace. And that is everything for analytics that Squarespace has. Again, like I said, if you really want to dive deep into it, and I highly recommend, even if you don't want to do it yourself, to set up a Google Analytics, start tracking that data now, and set up a Google Search Console, because that is going to give you the insights you need to really understand who's coming from where, what content's performing well, what is Google pushing out to website visitors online. So please always reach out to us at Team at Look and Feel Branding if you have any questions about any of this. And we are excited for you and hope you are able to, get a lot of eyes on your website and really send it out into the world.